Everybody's gonna show Iron Lee some love. I'm gonna show Iron Lee some love. I was gonna do a how to use walking away, but other people have done that. People are gonna do that. People are expecting that. Let's go into the other guy, Iron Lee's. If you've been here before, you know how we usually start these how to use videos. We take the mon and compare it to the original first. We go into a standard set, maybe something more offensive, something a little bit more diverse, and then some gimmicky stuff as well, right? These are ways you could use it, not how you have to use it. And then for some cases, they're not how you should use it at all. It's just for fun at the end. But the earlier sets are stuff that you could use and work with. So first things first, Iron Leaves is the paradox of Virizion. So as you can see, I got them at level 100. Actually, no, it's level 50. Let's fix that right now for you. Because we play doubles. So as you can see, Virizion's speed is a little bit higher than Iron Leaves. The special defense is also higher. The special attack is higher. So you know you're probably thinking like, what? Everything is higher on Virizion. But we'll get to the other stuff. The defense is higher on Iron Leaves. The attack is much higher. It's 130 versus 90, and the HP is 1 point higher, right? So two different kinds of mons, and the typing is different. One is grass fighting, and the other one is grass psychic. So both good mons in their own right. This one has justified, this one has the quirk drive ability. But let's actually get into the Pokemon itself. Grass psychic hits a lot of things, and it also gets good coverage. So we're going to start off with something very, very standard. I think the most standard and consistent way you can run something like this is going to be with the Clear Amulet as the item, because you are a physical attacker and you're very, very prone to intimidates. You could run Booster Energy, but Booster Energy is like is 1.3 times boost on your attack stat, and Intimidate still is going to knock you down below below your normal stage. So I think Clear Amulet is better, especially because there are other ways to boost your attack. But not to mention, you're already at 130, so you don't really need the boost necessarily. Sideblade is going to be your primary stab. That's his signature move that gets boosted in your terrain. We'll get more into that later. But 80 base power, and then with stab, it's 120. That's really strong as it is. Leaf Blade is your secondary stab, 90 high crit ratio, and also stab, so that goes up from 90 to like 135. Sacred Swords, because with Sideblade and Leaf Blade, you have zero way to hit dark types at all, and you don't want to be caught in front of something like a King Gamma and not be able to touch it. So that's what Sacred Sword is for, as well as other stuff like, for example, if you want to hit steel types, because Psyblade and Leaf Blade aren't going to hit steel types for that much damage compared to something like Sacred Sword. So it gives you an option to hit steel types as well. Protect is the last move because this is a consistent safe set, consistent damage, consistent protection. Clear Amulet to keep you from dropping. Terrifier is going to also give you a good matchup with stuff like Arcanine because it's not going to be able to hit you with big damage with Flare Blitz. You won't get big damage from Bundle's ice attacks. It will hit you with Hydro Pump though. You won't take big damage from Moonblast or Shadow Ball because you'll no longer have the second type weakness. And you won't take damage from dark types that's super effective either. So I think fire is a good type, and it also stops you from getting burned. So I think this is something that you can use to get consistent usage out of this mon. It might be the best way to run it. As far as the spreads, 228 gets you faster than like base 100s. But if you're worried about Garchomp, just max it out. Because that's 103, but that little spread gets you over base 100s. If you want to take the little bit of points and put it somewhere else, like in your defenses, that's completely up to you. So next up, we have more of an offensive set. Now you could use this with Booster Energy or Choice Band. It's not going to be as consistent, but it is more rewarding on like one kind of is more rewarding on like a one turn to turn basis, but it's not going to be a consistent throughout a set the way this set is going to be consistent. So Choice Band or Booster Energy for the attack boost. If you want to be able to switch moves, that's fine, but I went with Choice Band just because it's a bigger boost, and when you switch out, you don't lose it. So because we're going for damage on this, and I'll explain why the EVs are not 252 here in a second. Close combat, because it just does flat out more damage than Sacred Sword does, and it hits those dark and steel types. And Choice Band and close combat is actually insane. They're really, really nuts. Like nothing that is super effective is probably going to ever be able to stand up to that. Same thing with Psyblade, Leaf Blade, and then you're going to have Wild Charge. The reason you have Wild Charge here is going to be the same reason excuse me, that I have the EV set up this way, because if you can see here, the speed is 171, which means I have the attack stat at 170, because I think you should run this next to some kind of a terrain setter if you can find one that works. I don't recommend Pincurchin, but if you want to really get the most out of this mon, at least at the beginning stages, and you just kind of want to see what everything can do, You can run something like that. But again, that's not something, if you have like real competitive like goals of like tournament success, I probably wouldn't do that, maybe not. But at least with that, right, what happens is you get the speed boost, and at plus 1, because you do get the 1.5 times speed boost on this when you get the booster energy boost or the cork drive boost, you will outspeed everything in the game that's not boosted already, right? You'll outspeed Dragapults, you'll outspeed Fluttermane, you'll outspeed Bundles. Everything that doesn't have its own booster energy boost or choice scarf, you will outspeed. So now you're fast, you're hitting for more damage than normal, because even though you're not 252, you're choice banded. And then Psyblade itself is going to be choice banded, it's going to be stab, and it's going to get boosted by the terrain. So that is actually going to be insane levels of damage off choice banded Psyblade. So if you really just want to try to pick up fast KOs, you can maybe switch your Pincurchin in on someone. They don't see it coming. You get a speed boost on that turn. Boom, blow something up with Psyblade. Terra could be fire here, but again, because it is more offensive, you could go just with the Terra Psychic to try to pick up really big Psyblades, or you can go for a different type like Steel if you want. But like I'm pretty sure like a choice banded Psyblade, even like intimidated when you get the terrain up, is going to like Terra Psychic will probably just blow up an Arcanine anyway. So that is something that you can do. Again, this is the most recommended set. It's consistent, but this is something you can do. So this is something that actually is going to be kind of interesting, right? It's more like a mixed set where you can do damage, but you can also enable itself and enable your partners, right? So there isn't really that many good terrain setters in the game. Like Pincurchin is the only automatic one, and the other ones that set up terrain are either like bundle or something else. So for this one, the item is booster energy. I know that looks a little bit redundant with terrain, but if you get the +1, like I said in the previous set, you outspeed everything that's not already boosted, right? So what you can do then is, because you're the fastest thing on the field, you can then click electric terrain for yourself. And when you have electric terrain for yourself, you can then enable one of your teammates, you know, like your own Iron Bundle or your own Iron Hands. And it also enables Iron Leaves to be stronger as well, which is why I don't have the EVs anywhere yet, because what's most important here is the speed. So you could go the same thing here and just go for like 170 attack, and like you just go for like the health. I like odd numbers on the health, so which is why I'm gonna go back down to 92 and go 4-4. You could do that, or you could just drop the attack altogether, or you could drop it lower, get more health if you want. Because again, you want to get that terrain up, and then it'll make your side blades really strong. It'll make your leaf blades stronger just by actually no, it doesn't make your leaf blade strong because you'll be getting the speed boost. But it'll make your side blade stronger because that move is boosted in terrain. Helping Hand, again, because you're using the electric terrain to enable a partner, Helping Hand helps your enabled partner, which is already getting a boost, get another boost. So you can really start picking up the knockouts with this thing. For the Terra, you could pick whatever Terra you want. I may recommend Ghost, just because if you can avoid a turn 1 fake out and get the terrain up. This is also very specific because you also want to be careful of enabling your opponent's Paradox Pokemon, so be wary of that. And chances are, if they're clicking fake out is because they have Iron Hands, so you might have to consider clicking fake out into Iron Hands. However, maybe not, because Grass and Psychic both resist Iron Hands, right? Grass resists the electricity, Psychic resists the Drain Punch, so you might actually not even have to worry that much about Iron Hands, because then you can Psyblade it and just like send it to Narnia. So it's actually not that big of a deal now that I think about it. So forget everything I just said. But yeah, you can do something like that. Like I say, you can make it bulky, you make it offensive, but one thing it has to do is be speedy. So now we're getting to more of like the gimmicky stuff. This is the stuff that I absolutely just don't recommend. Like stuff like this is going to be hard to use, but you could use it. You can make it work. Stuff like this though, I don't recommend at all. I do not recommend it the slightest bit. So this is so this is like a special attacking set. This thing's special attack is Bupkis. It's 70, which is not good. So which is why you have to kind of go modest. And then you go with the 156 speed will outspeed like Great Tusk. It'll outspeed most Arcanines, not max speed Arcanine, but most Arcanines it'll outspeed. It should outspeed Excalibur, I believe. But most importantly, it outspeeds Great Tusk, and actually at 153 you should outspeed them. Double check that for yourself, but I think they're both 152 max speed. So you actually, that's why I had it there, because at 153 you outspeed them both. And Great Tusk is not very specially bulky, right? So, and also you resist both its stabs. So it's not going to be able to headlong rush you or earthquake you to get big damage off. It's not going to be able to close combat you to get big damage off because you're psychic. So you actually don't even need to really like Terra into anything for those. You would basically be able to get up a free Calm Mind and still outspeed them on the next turn, and then you can use Energy Ball to like probably Oko it. And then not only that, but it gets like Grass Knot. It also gets Giga Drain if you want some recovery. So it's actually not terrible. Energy Ball is the most consistent probably for hitting other stuff. But like if your team is missing a great Tusk counter, hey, we might have found you one. Focus Blast is because it doesn't get any other fighting type special moves, which is unfortunate. Don't ever click Focus Blast. Again, I don't recommend these sets, but it's something that you can use. But if you have to, and you got to use Focus Blast, it will do the same thing to something like a Baxcalibur, or if you get a Calm Mind up and you can Focus Blast into a Baxcalibur, which is weak to fighting, you might get big damage off. So try at your own risk. Citrus Berry is for some recovery in case something goes wrong, because something is going to go wrong if you actually use this set, not gonna lie to you. Wait, let me see. The special attack does get to 134, which is not bad, right? It's actually not bad. It's actually not terrible. So yeah, and then this set is just like a complete troll. Don't actually do this to people. You're not gonna win a lot of games with it, especially if you're like competing in like open teaching formats. I don't even have an item selected, because what you actually can do here is you have to decide whether or not, because you want to be offensive or not. But you have Ally Switch and Helping Hand. It's one of the few mons with good stats that actually get Ally Switch in the game right now, I think. I am an anti-Ally Switch guy. I don't like using Ally Switch. I don't like when people use it against me, because it is annoying. I do believe it's been nerfed where it's like Protect now. It has a chance to fail if you use it 2 times in a row. But here's the thing with that, right? Let's say you Ally Switch me turn 1, or you Ally Switch me any turn, and I know you're gonna do it again, and I call it, and you fail it. I made the right play, and I still get punished because it failed. So that's not really a nerf. If anything, that makes it worse, but whatever. Ally Switch, and then you also get Helping Hand, right? So between Ally Switch and Helping Hand both having priority, you get these mind games where like they don't know if you're gonna click Ally Switch or if you're just gonna Helping Hand your partner and blow them up, right? And they have to decide which one you want to do with those. So it creates a crazy mind game for them, because you can click Helping Hand every time, and they're trying to read into a Ally Switch. Giga Drain is for some recovery, which I think is actually pretty good. You could go with the Psyblade. Doesn't even get any like psychic type special moves. Actually, I didn't check that, right? Yeah, actually, no, I did check. It doesn't get any. But whatever. You could go Motroid and go Psychic Terrain, because then they can't get priority attacks off. But that's really mighty of Ally Switch. So I don't know what you want to use for the 4th move. But you're gonna go with like something really bulky. Probably another Citrus Berry set, to be honest. Because you want things to Ally Switch into hitting you, since you're not doing a lot of damage. So you want to be able to take hits. So like a bulky max HP, relaxed nature, so you get a defense boost, because the special defense 108 is good. 88 solid, but it can be better, obviously. So we bring that up higher. So now you're taking hits, you're recovering with Citrus. You're taking hits for your partner. You're Giga Draining to get health back. You can like Protect with the partner, Giga Drain with this, get some health back. Ally Switch, they call it Helping Hand, get off an attack. It's a bunch of nonsense, right? But it could be funny, right? Might make for a funny video. Maybe I'll do it for you guys' entertainment. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me try out this set or any of the other sets below. Also check out my other how to use stuff. I've done how to use for a lot of the Paradox Pokemons. Not all of them, but most of them. I don't have one for Walking Wake. Let me know if you guys want one, because I could do one. You could check out Moxie's, because Moxie just released one, I believe, and I think Neil's also putting one out too. But if you want me to do one, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know which of these sets you think might actually be good, which one is the best, which one is the most fun, which one is the worst. I think I know the answers, but tell me anyway. Also, let me know if you prefer Leaves or Virizion. And now I'm just rambling to fill space. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being subscribed. Thank you guys for being notified when my videos go up. It means a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.